Alright, all of these beautiful new lacquer strips. So I thought I would go on and show you how quickly and easily these are to apply. I am, what is the time? Timothy, what's the time? 7 o'clock. So we are due at a birthday party right now, and I have got naked nails, so I need to really quickly do my nails. So I've decided I'm going to throw one of these on, and I'll show you how easy it is. Your lacquer strips that come in this sealed packet, you get a little mini nail file, and you should get a couple of alcohol nail prep wipes as well. So I'm going to go ahead. I personally tend to use a mani kit. This is a deluxe mani kit. I use this for pretty much all of my manicures, but if you've got things lying around at home, you can probably get away with whatever tools you've got. So I tend to cut this side here and pull my lacquer strips out. Now it does have a tear spot, so you could tear the whole packet down there, but I like to reseal mine because I only use one of these sets, so I like to only leave it open a little bit. So in a packet you get 2 strips of 10, so they're all different sizes, so there should be plenty to be able to match up to your nail size. And if you've got short nails like mine, you can get fingers on both ends, one strip on both ends, which is why I like to save this one. So I put it back in the packet and reseal it, either using a hair straightener, or I put it in a Ziploc bag or something to keep it airtight so that I can use it again in a couple of weeks. Before you do any manicure, you need to do nail prep. So I like to use our metal cuticle spoon, but you can use any sort of cuticle pusher that you might have lying around. And you want to make sure that you're pushing back all of the invisible cuticles. So all of that white stuff that sometimes creeps up on your nails, just pushing it all back, because if you can get these lacquer strips directly on your nails without touching the skin or the cuticles, then it is going to be so much better, and it's going to last really well. Then you grab one of your alcohol wipes, so you can either use Jamboree ones, you can use the ones that come in the packet, you can even use ones from the chemist, just to make sure that there are no oils left on your nails. And then we can start with our lacquer strips. So our lacquer strips, let me go with these small ones. So I know that this one, the smallest one, will fit on my little finger. Okay, whoop. You can see I'm already taking that clear plastic off. So step 1, take that clear plastic off the top, because it is 100% lacquer. They put plastic to kind of keep it from going too dry, and then you get that silver bit, peel it off like that. Sorry, my mum is looking after the kids tonight so that we can go to this party. Yeah, interrupting my life, Mum, seriously. So that is how we put it on, like that. Oh, it's very clear towards the tip there. And then, I've never worn these ones before, they're brand new design, and then I use scissors like that, holding the other side. I peel this bit off first, that little silver tab, because then you've got a round bit here. The round bit always goes to the cuticles, so it should kind of be around that shape. So if you can see, and I push from the center up to the tip and then around the sides. It is that easy. These go on like a dream. Alright, here you go. I know, I'm so excited, kid-free night, all dressed up. Hopefully the kids survive for a little bit longer. So again, you get used to the sizing as you do them. So I know that pretty much the first 3, the smallest 5 usually fit my nails. And when I get up to these big ones, these are really good for toes. See how they're a bit flat as well? They're really good for big toes. But if you're not going to use them for toes, you can always cut them up as well, and cut them thinner or smaller so that they can fit on your fingers. Just cut them up before you put them on your nails. It's easier to manage that way. Alright. One of the sides will be slightly bigger than the other. So if you've got, you just be mindful of that when you're applying them. It gives you a bit more options. I'll show you this one here. So this one here, you can see it's just slightly smaller on this side than it is on this side. So sometimes that can help you get a good fit as well if you've got one side that's slightly bigger than the other. So again, first step is always taking off the clear plastic. If you don't take clear plastic off, you will not get a good application, trust me. Been there, done that. Then you peel the silver tab off. Yeah, and then you've got your lacquer strip. Now this one's going to be too big for this nail, and I'll show you what I do. There's lots of different ways you can do it. You can either cut it down beforehand, or I can show you what I usually do. So this center, and then around like that. Now you'll see here, it's over the skin there. Yeah, so it's touching the cuticles. So this is where the Deluxe Mani Kit comes in handy. It's got these cute little cuticle clippers, and I go around the base there, and I just kind of clip them. So I clip them so that I don't have any of the lacquer strip that's touching the skin, and that way I get a perfect fit. If you have the lacquer strip that goes over the skin or over onto the cuticles, then you'll find that you'll get build-up of dirt and oils and oils and water and things like that, and that will lift them off a little bit easier, so they won't last as long. So I'll do the same with this one. So the other option is, if you know that it's going to be too big, you can just sort of trim it down to size. They're pretty forgiving, lacquer strips, I find. They're very easy to work with. So you can just trim it down a little bit. Again, stick the round bit down towards the cuticle. Yeah. Push from the cuticle to the tip, and then out the side and out the side. That easy. There you go. Just my thumbs. So now my thumbs, I might use one of these bigger ones maybe, because that's already got a flat edge, but otherwise if I wanted to use one of these, I'd probably just trim that a little bit flatter, because I've got quite flat thumbs. So again, always take the clear plastic off first, the silver tab. Now my thumbs are the only one that I can't get two out of the thumb tabs. See that my thumb goes over the halfway mark, so I usually can only get one out of the thumb size. So I will just cut this one down and get rid of the excess. Yeah, and then use another one. So if you've got really long nails, you may not be able to get two out of every nail, and that's okay. You get 2 strips of 10, so there's heaps to play with. So there's always enough that's going to fit your nails. Woo! All right, so now that I've got them on, the trick is to get rid of the excess, right? To get the tips, I personally, you can use this mini nail file that comes in your little packet. Ooh, comes in your packet. You can absolutely use that. You can use some other nail files that you have lying around. Personally, I like using the glass nail file. I find that it's a little bit more gentler on the tips because they are nail polish. They're not like vinyl nail wraps, so you do need to be a little bit more gentle with them. And I find sometimes if you go with a really rough nail file, sometimes you take too much off the tops of them. So always go downward motion. Sometimes I kind of almost go on this kind of angle just so that I don't get too much off the edges. Off the tips there. Always go down, never go up, because that will lift the lacquer strip off. The glass nail files are great because they kind of seal the tips as you're going down as well. They're really good for your nails. So that fine grit. Oh, hello, Pepper. Pepper would like to come and say hi. Are you coming over? See that the tips just sort of come off. So you get all these like little bits of lacquer strip that kind of just fall off, and you just put them all in a pile and throw them in the bin. But it is 100% nail polish. So there's no vinyl in these, there's no adhesive, it's just kind of like nail polish. And then usually, so they just kind of come off. Usually what I do is, after I've done my nails, if I'm going to have a shower or wash my hands or something, I generally will wait a little while before doing that, just because I want the nail polish to kind of almost set, or like, well, it's not set because there's no dry time, like you can touch it, but it's, I don't know, to kind of harden up a little bit. Da, da, da. So these are my nails. I'll take a photo, maybe while I'm out tonight with rocking a glass of wine. But seriously, super easy and super fun, and because they're just nail polish, they come off with normal nail polish remover. I know, isn't that amazing? And you do it from home. You can do it while you're watching Netflix. You can do it in the car. You can do it anywhere you like, because you literally don't need many tools. If you just have this with your little mini nail file and your alcohol prep wipes and your set of lacquer strips, that all comes in the packet, so it's good to go. But personally, I like our Deluxe Mani Kit. I've had this one. You can see it's very, very well worn, because I've had it for coming up to 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years I've had this, and I use it at least weekly. It is the best thing ever. And I find that particularly with lacquer strips, I use pretty much most of these tools. That's the other thing, if you've got really short nails and you can't file the tips off, you can use your clipper and just sort of clip the edges off. Just try and get a little bit of nail and the lacquer strip at the same time, so you're kind of sealing it. So that's another good option, particularly if you've got short nails and you can't sort of file downwards. Alright, cool. I better go to our party. Have a lovely night.